What do you mean? What do you mean? So I believe that we're live, but I'll have my phone up just in case. Hello, everyone. Here's my phone. Here's my phone. So we are live. Welcome to our virtual write-in to all of our super fans.
Yay! I keep forgetting to post this. So
Same.
Who knows? Who knows who's showing up? We're here. We're fans.
Yep. It's you and us being fans of each other, and I am into it. So just double check it. Oh, yep. Ursula and
Yay!
Alice are here. That's right. There's a little delay. Oh, wonderful. Okay, we're live. Okay, so I'm going to turn this phone off. Hey, Ursula. Hey, Alice. Thanks for coming. Jen does have her mug back. Oops.
Oh, yeah. Moon mug.
Yes.
I love the space it takes up.
Thanks for showing up. And Ursula, thanks for posting it on Twitter. Look at this.
Oh, thank
you, Ursula. Ursula.
Man, I'm a hot mess.
Well, tell everybody why. Tell everybody why you're a hot mess. You're busy. You're doing some stuff.
Super busy. So we are almost 2 weeks out, like just a little over 2 weeks from the Story Studio Writers Festival. Yay! So October 1st through the 4th, and it's going super well. I'm really, really excited about our lineup, and I hope you guys can join us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kelsie is going to be joining. She's going to be we're doing write-ins for the festival, and Kelsie's going to do one with me on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yay.
So it's going to be the last day of the festival, right?
Yeah, that'll be the final day. So in the morning, 9 to 9:30, and just for festival attendees. So come and buy a ticket and come join us.
Yeah. So you're like, if you don't want to see these idiots for free, see them somewhere else.
Pay for this. Get yourself a ticket.
Everyone's like, cool. So Jen, how was your writing week? What were you? I know that you're working. I know that this back to school stuff for your kiddos. How were you able to squeeze in any creative stuff? And what about you, Ursula, Alice? A picture. That's kind of it.
Sums it up.
Yeah.
Doing nothing. Writing wise, no. I mean, I've been doing this, which is really great, and I need to just set aside like 10 minutes a day. There's no reason I can't do 10 minutes a day. So I'm actually going to make that. We were doing goals at one point, and I'm going to get back to that. I think I'm going to make it a public goal. I'm going to do 10 minutes of writing every day, and for the next week, and see if I can hit that. But I've been doing some other creative stuff, and which I think is going well. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I love that. I think 10 minutes a day, like I say, low barrier entry stuff is like the way to start, and then like build if you have to build. So I love it. I remember when I was really getting super busy or like really distracted, like trying to edit video and then trying to do stand up and trying to do all this other stuff. I had to lock myself in the bathroom. So like without my phone to be like, stop trying to do everything else on the planet and just do this.
That's the problem is I'll keep checking like work email and and like I'll just keep checking like all that junk and which just eats up all the time. Yeah.
We got some folks that are shouting out. I love this. So we've got some nano prep, which is pretty great. Ursula, let us know, is this are you like a regular nano person, or is this like, I mean, I love those people who are like, this is like my 7th time doing nano, which is like, what? That's a lot of words. So let us know. And then Alice,
that's great.
Yeah, some more nanos. It's amazing. Yeah. Yay, Alice is right. Oh, the support. So
guys, just a shout out for Nano. I wrote like the first draft of my published novel from NaNoWriMo years and years ago. So yeah, it was like a huge, like I was really into it that year.
Yeah.
So I think I did it like 2 or 3 years.
It's that accountability stuff, right? That's accountability stuff, whatever works for you, and I was like, I'm kind of poking around a little bit on YouTube, like AuthorTube stuff. And some people, like, it doesn't work for them. It's like they get distracted and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, you find the thing that works and use it until it doesn't work anymore. And then you find another trick. Right?
Yeah, it worked really well for me for a couple of years. And then I sort of, first time. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a great community. And and I know that when I was doing it, people were like meeting up to write, which for some reason I wasn't doing. There's
a lot of community stuff. So much community stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And what is Alice saying? She's doing a little bit of different kind of nano this time, kind of mix it up. That's cool, Alice. That's cool. Well, you can always use this time and these prompts or whatever to do any prep or any writing that you want. So obviously Jen and I give some some writing prompts, which Jen will get into. But this time is your own. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do, whatever goals you want to set. We'll obviously have a timer, but I know sometimes when I do these things, I'll like mute people and just like keep on writing. So we'll never know if you mute us. Do whatever you want to do.
You're missing out. I'm just letting you know. But you can watch us later. You can rewatch.
Oh man. So for anybody who is watching later, nice segue there, Jen. What should we tell them about our specific write-in? Like, what are they looking for? What are they gonna get with us?
Here we go, super fast. So we are gonna do 3 writing prompts tonight: a 5-minute, a 10-minute, and a 15-minute. We'll have a timer up. We encourage you to just let your mind flow and write without thinking, and just like, go for it. We'll give you a prompt for each one. Use it however you want.
Yeah, I'll be in charge of the timer, and I'll probably mess it up.
And I'll flub out the prompts like I
cool. Nice.
All right. So the first prompt is going to be 5 minutes, and here it is. Our theme tonight is weather. Here's your prompt: rainy, cloudy. No, I'm sorry. See, I already messed it up. Rainy, sunny, cloudy, or snowy. 5 minutes. Rainy, sunny, cloudy, or snowy.
Yeah, and remember, these are always in the description box below. If you come in late, on your marks, get set, right. Hot
Is the
mess.
timer on the-
Hot mess, you
is it on the
guys.
fritz?
Oh no, I'm on the fritz. Me, Kelsie Huff. I don't know why I do it every time. Thank you, Alice. Thank you for letting me know. So it wasn't. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I got a new setup here, and I can't see things in the same way. So I'm like looking at the phone, and I think it's shared. It's not. It's all me. So anytime you guys want to yell in the comment section and be like, Kelsie, the timer, Kelsie, we can't see, I will be listening.
I just looked up and it was like it wasn't moving,
Yeah.
and it was moving. So
I was like, ah. So anyway, we did it. We did it. All right.
Yay.
So how do we go? I didn't get to write a ton because I was dealing with my own tech stuff, but I did get actually some ideas. So how about y'all?
Oh,
5
good.
minutes? You
I
know.
was interested to see where people took this one because it was just kind of ambiguous. Like, you could say whatever you wanted. I went the super nerdy way and just kind of broke down all of them. And I was like, here's what I like about rain, which actually is not, I don't like rain very much, is what I discovered.
So discoveries aplenty.
Yeah, I like it at night, but like when it rains during the day, it always makes me like moody. It's not my favorite. I don't like the damp.
Yeah.
But I discovered, I think my most favorite weather is hot, windy, cloudy days. I don't know why. It feels like anticipation to me. I have no idea why. I've always felt that way.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
you keep putting emotion to it, and that's actually what I did. So while I was trying to like rustle around here, I started putting like what they meant to me. Like rainy is gloomy, cloudy is moody, sunny is cheerful, whatever, snowy is cold and distant. And then I thought like, oh, that's a good go back to like shape characters, like putting a characters in this mood in a space. That's the route I went. So I had the story I wrote a long time ago about like these two older women who run into each other on this bench. And I think it was like a Neil Gaiman exercise from his like writing, his masterclass or whatever. And like, I really liked how it started, but I never knew where to go. And I like this idea of going back to it and like giving these women these personalities, and then having other women join with these other personalities and see how that works. So yeah,
I like
pretty
it.
cool.
I'm writing that down. Weather personalities.
Personalities.
That would be a really fun thing to write. Is like write a character, or like two characters with like the personality of a specific weather.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Ursula's got already cranking out with 285 words. Talk about her character.
In the rain.
Yeah, I like that, putting an action to it. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Some people really enjoy rain. Like they find it romantic, or they find it, it's like refreshing, or things like that.
Yeah. And Alice took the dialogue route, which is pretty cool as well. Yeah, I just think sometimes
I do that a lot too, Alice. I tend to write scenes like in just dialogue first.
Yeah. I like the idea of having a vague writing prompt that you can kind of take wherever you want. So this is a good one. I like sometimes just being like, here's a list. Do what you want. Yeah. Yeah. So what do we got for a 10-minute one? I'm excited to actually write this down.
All right, 10 minutes. Here we go. Write a scene where your character is trapped in a massive blizzard with two people they despise. I'll say it one more time. 10 minutes. Write a scene where your character is trapped in a massive blizzard with two people that they despise.
Your marks get set right. Timer's going. Okay. It has been stopped. The timer went the whole time. I love that first initial where the
Yay!
camera comes back is like, whoa, too close.
Oh yeah, it's like
I know. I could make it not as
So
close, but
you seemed really amused.
because I
Kelsie.
looked up and I saw your
Tell us
cat.
what was- Oh, that's so fun. Oh my god. She comes in and she just sits right on top of my notebook. She's like,
Yeah, I
"Time for
wasn't
me."
laughing at my own writing. I looked up and I just saw a tail. I was like, ah, hilarious.
Yeah. I'm like, that cat. So I'm working from home and I'm like the only one home right now for chunks of the day. And the cat is just like, we're going to be best.
The cat's like, you must be paying attention to me right now. Right now.
Yeah. We're going to snuggle. We're going to play. I was like doing yoga and the cat like comes over and it just like gets in my hair. And
you're like, back off, cat. Back off. This is my time, cat.
I know. I'm like,
yeah. So we did it. We got 10 minutes. What do we got? Do we got word counts? Do we got sentences we love? What are you thinking, Jen? What did you find? What were there? Some treasures, some challenges?
Yeah, I ended up most of the scene was so there's like these three girls and they're sort of trapped in this Airbnb in Michigan. It's like the biggest blizzard they've had in like 50 years, and one of the girls like doesn't know the other one. She just was getting cheap, like roommate type situation for this trip. And she's trying to make popcorn on the stove, and they're just like standing behind her, being like, "I just can't believe you're doing popcorn on the stove. I've never heard of that before."
I feel like this is a tale that you might have experienced.
Jen. I really haven't. I thought it was funny. Like that's just where they went. They were just really just shocked about the popcorn on the stove, and the other girl just hated them so much.
Sometimes it's just the tiny things, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Alice got a pay. Yeah, was it. I love it though. I
was kind of brain dead for a while too, and then I pulled it together at the end. So I feel you.
Sometimes I do think there's like the timer, like I just need to get something done. Get something in the 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, as well. I was trying to think of like who would you get stuck in a blizzard with that you would hate? So I'm like somebody who did something to you. I started like doing the listy thing, and then I eventually got somewhere. But I also remember, and I don't remember if you guys know this because I'm not going to know the title and it's going to drive everybody crazy. I remember there being a story when I was a kid of teenagers got stuck in a blizzard. One was a girl, one was a boy, and they were like, jocks and nerds or something, typical, story. And she had cookies that she brought for whatever event they were going, and she had to just slowly eat these cookies because they were like starving to death basically. And I remember the story, and I remember the only it was like she was like a fat girl is what she kept calling herself. And so she's like, this is the only way I can diet and like all this kind of stuff. And that kept going throughout the book. And I just remember being a kid being like, chill out on all the fat shaming. Like, I remember being a kid being like, is this all we're going to talk about the whole time in this book?
Yeah, like, are there bigger problems here?
Yeah. I'm like, you could eat each other. Like, there are way more interesting things. Anyway, so instead of being brain dead, I guess I got really distracted. And I was like, what's up with this story? And I finally got around to my own story. But,
what? Was it like a romance? Like, did they get together?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, sort of. They were like... Yeah, again, I don't think I dreamed it. I think this is a real book somewhere.
I'm sure
some sort of YA book.
I know it sounds like an early, like an 80s, 90s YA, where it's just like garbage.
Yeah,
such good YA now. And back,
yeah. But I was thinking too. I'm thinking a lot of where I got eventually is like my mom took us on vacation once, me and my sister, to Arizona as like hey, maybe we'll move here when she got like remarried. And my sister and I destroyed that vacation because we were such jerks, but we were like, no way in hell are we moving away. Da, da, da. And so my story was like, what happens if we actually did move, to like North Dakota? What would happen? So me and my sister in this car with my mom and her new husband at the time, and just trying to destroy the trip. Yeah.
I love that idea of people just being like, that is my mission for this trip.
No.
I am into it, which I feel like, isn't that every teenager's mission when you take them anywhere? They're like, I'm going to ruin this for everybody. Yeah. And I feel like my sister and I too really got behind it in like an unconscious, conscious way. Yeah. We're like, it could have been exciting. It was like, might have been like our first time or at least second time on a plane, like it could have been like all this stuff, but we were like, we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make us. Yeah. Anyway. You're so I remember we went to the Grand Canyon and my sister and I
I like looked in it and it is beautiful and majestic. And I was just so angry. I was like, it looks the same from every angle. And I just walked away. And my sister was like, look at this squirrel. And my mom's like, the squirrel? We're in the Grand Canyon. And we're like, check. Mission accomplished.
You're like, totally like high-fiving each other.
Yeah.
This is why I do not spend money on vacations for you just said it right there.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like that's gonna end. It's got to end up in one of these stories somewhere.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I don't know if I'd be that excited to go to Arizona. It's not like my exciting place,
Yeah, I mean there are mountains. They're like mountains,
That's
deserts.
true.
Like it's beautiful, but not when you're like 15 and.
No.
Yeah.
I remember my mom and I took like a trip. I think we were going to look at colleges. We went to St. Louis and things like that. And it's like, it was that feeling of like, I was away from my friends for like 3 days. And I just like, you're just like out of your skin. Like you can barely sit in the car. You can barely have a conversation.
Yeah. But that feeling and then
yeah.
like the snow coming down, like piling on top of you.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. It feels like a crushing powerlessness, but like a.
So trapped.
You're just trapped and like buried alive in these like emotional like yeah. So that was a good one. At once I got there. All right, we have the big one.
Yay!
Oh, the big one coming up.
All right, 15 minutes.
Oh, let me get my timer ready.
Ready for this timer?
Yes.
I have to ask you about your timer too. Which one you're using?
Oh, it's just Google Timer, man.
Oh, I can see. Oh, I see. And you just put it right in there.
There you go.
And then you can make it bigger. Hey.
We're all learning.
All right. On that note, 15 minutes. Your character has invented a machine that will change the weather instantly. What do they do with it? Your character has invented a machine that will change the weather instantly. What do they do? 15 minutes.
What do they do? On your marks, get set, and write. Okay, and stop, and we did. Lovely. During
Yay!
during the sprint, Alice had to go get dinner, so everybody we can wave goodbye to Alice.
Hi, Alice.
I'm gonna just finish up this one sentence if that's all right. What did you get? Tell me what happened.
I got a little distracted in the middle, but it was all right. I got some stuff out. So yeah, I was just kind of playing around with it for a while of like, I think my first instinct is like, what kind of character would create some kind of machine like this? And of course you think of like, sort of like,
Oh yeah, I
the
love Doc Brown. Yeah.
Doc Brown. What's that guy's name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like bad hair and like, crazy or whatever. And then exactly. It's like, would it be like a ray gun and stuff? And I was like, well, what if it was like, you like pointed at the sky and like change it? But then I was like, what if it was like a computer? And I'm like, what if it's like like an internet troll computer nerd, like living in his grandma's basement and he's just like playing games and then it's like the game becomes real. So he's like changing the weather of the game and all of a sudden he realized. So that's kind of where the story went. It was really fun. And then he hears his grandma screaming upstairs. So, he gets up.
As you have to do.
Off, to get up the stairs. And his grandma's like, the devil's here. And, he's just like, like you can see sort of the frustration of them like living together. And then he slowly starts to realize that, like, what's happening? Yeah. So anyway, it was kind of fun. It was just,
what you like? So what was the distraction in the middle? Just like, just like, the sprint. I feel like too, like we're having like longer days and like getting up early. It's like, come on, creativity. We can do this.
Honestly, I know. It's just kind of like, I feel like I've always struggled with this with writing where like I'm doing it for a while and then it just like, it stops. And I know I need to push through that and keep going. But a lot of times I'm like, what's over there? So it's bad.
Yeah. It's locking yourself in the bathroom,
Yeah. I don't like the pen I'm using too. So I think it was like, as I was writing, it was like, making me more tired. That's a really sad excuse.
But sometimes it's what it takes,
Yeah. What about you? How did you do?
Good. I started messing with the ecosystem, like who I kind of went, it's like, who would want to do this? And I actually started writing writing a letter. Sometimes it's like a cheap way to do it or whatever, but it like helps me out. And so the first sentence was, I was only trying to help. And I was like, uh-oh, this isn't going to go well.
That's always, I feel like that's how all those like sci-fi, like,
yeah, we're just trying to make it better.
Yeah, they're like, I was just trying to do good.
Yeah.
My intentions were good.
Yeah, and I found this really lovely man who was like an engineer, and Jason was talking about it's people that he's been working with at S&C who live in Mexico, and like they have this cool like worm farm, and I don't know why it was like kind of sticking in my head. And I've been watching a lot of master class with Ron Finley, who's like this like gangster gardener. He's like sort of revitalizing California and like the urban setting of California. Anyway, so it's like I was trying like, oh man, I get this, but that's like in my head. Point of view of this like man who's trying to like make a difference in his community and inventing this machine that's actually meant to like help the earth and help these things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it turns out they put him in jail.
No surprise. That's exactly what would happen.
I know, and I was like, oh no, this is too real. But like at the end, it's like it worked. It healed it. They're gonna try to tell you that it didn't. They're gonna try to tell you it was the reason for, and then I couldn't think of like an event that happened. Mm-hmm. But I need you to know that that's not what, like him like writing from his like prison cell. Like,
it's such a cool concept because, it's one of those things where like the power can do so much good, but then you're also messing with nature. So like, does that, like there affect things that you shouldn't be messing with, and does that cause like catastrophic stuff?
And that's usually how the story goes. Yeah, and that's usually how the story goes. And I like the idea of like that's how you think it's going to go because he's clearly writing from a place of something. Yeah. But I like the idea that it actually didn't ruin it. It actually worked. Yeah, actually. But he was silenced because of it. Yeah. And I was like, oh dang, this is a bummer. But again, it's like, listening to Jason's stories and like Ron Finley, he's just amazing. It's like he tried to like redo a parkway in California, and they like his neighbors like tried to arrest him. like for planting things. It's
I
like nuts.
know.
Anyway, but yeah, Ursula likes the letter idea. I'm rambling
Yeah,
on.
I love it. I mean, it was a real device in like older literature. Like, you know, I mean, Dracula was written in all letters and like
Hmm.
stuff like that. And I feel like it's kind of not done so much anymore. Although interesting, like Bridget Jones' Diary kind of brought that back. It was a diary, but like it was all sort of, you know, what is it called, epistolary writing or something?
Oh, that sounds very good and fancy. I don't
I know.
actually know.
It's probably some like really incorrect
Um,
something like that.
But this idea that people aren't writing letters, I mean, even like in activism, you know, you have like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous letter from jail.
Yeah.
You know, you have these famous letters, but people aren't like, I mean, what are you going to have a collection of like shitty tweets? Like, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, although to be
Yeah.
fair, in defense of social media, there's a lot of like really interesting things going on Instagram of people like putting slideshows together that are
Yeah.
very like poignant and meaningful. And
It will be
so,
really interesting to see in like, you know, 50 years, 100 years, whatever, like when they, especially this time, which is a very, you know, obviously going to be a historic time, what they use as the letters, you know, like, and I think it will be stuff like that. It'll be like Instagram things and I don't know. It'll be interesting.
yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, there's another masterclass, and I know that I keep talking about this, but I think it's Doris Kearns Goodwin talking about like civic leadership, and she wrote like, you know, so many books about leaders. And one of the things about Lincoln, because she wrote about Lincoln, is that they just have so many they have so much writing, they have so much, there's just so much collected material, and that like doesn't exist in the same way anymore because it's so fast and quick and digital. So who's going to actually archive it? You know, anyway, it's interesting.
Well, but also like, you know, you go back further in history and a lot of that stuff is lost just because they didn't write like that or no one was saving it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, there is this period of time where we have, you know, the most information or like, you know, stuff's written about it or we focus more on that history, but it's really just because we have that stuff. It's just because people just wrote a lot then and people saved it.
Yeah, the saving of it, or the like choosing not to save. Anyway, I can go on with this because I like justifies all the notebooks I keep that no one's ever going to read because it's nonsense.
Same.
It's nonsense.
That's all they're going to have is just our notebook.
I know they're going to be like, good thing
They're
that
like,
these guys got wiped out.
It was sad. Like, it was depressing.
Are they continually writing about their weight loss and gain?
I'm talking about hair.
Well, Jen, speaking of notebooks and hair, I don't know what that transition means at all. Words of wisdom? What's in your noodle? There we go.
This is a question. Did anyone else put mayonnaise in their hair?
On purpose?
And did it work? It was supposed to be like a thing. Maybe it's a curly hair thing. It was supposed to be like a frizz reducer. So I used to put all kinds of weird things in my hair, and I was just curious if other people had done that. And apparently, by the look on your face, I'm going to say no.
Well, I know that people say like you put eggs in your hair for like a shininess.
Mayonnaise was like one for.
Is this just like a Midwestern thing? Like you don't have an egg, they're like, just put some mayonnaise on it.
Put white junk in your hair.
Well, it's a great question.
So please let us know if you've also I have put mayonnaise in my hair. It did not work for me, but if anyone else has done it, I want to hear about it.
Yeah, we're taking a quick poll, a quick survey.
Or other weird things that you put in your hair.
All right, well, on that note, this is more of a survey than advice. But I like it. No mayo here from Ursula.
Thanks, Ursula.
Ursula, just slight judgment. No.
Like, no. No, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna do it. All right, well, we're gonna be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you follow, we'll be here, and maybe we'll post it out. I know that we've already mentioned that this month is gonna be a little busy, so we appreciate you guys hanging out, even with no promotion whatsoever. And thank you, Ursula, for doing our job for us. Tweeting. Yay! All right, toodaloo.